Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Muslims want ex-vet teacher fired for insulting Islam. He has just 4 words. When an Army veteran started teaching at a Texas high school, he refused to censor his politically incorrect opinions. However, after one group demanded that he receives punishment for insulting their religion, the brave American hero responded with 4 perfect words. After James A. Bretney returned from 3 U.S. Army tours in Iraq, he saw firsthand the devastating effects of Islam's religious ideology and legislation. Later securing a teaching position at Sterling Aviation High School in Houston, Bretney was disheartened to watch as the beloved country he defended started heavily embracing the very religion responsible for over 50 tyrannical regimes across the world and more than 270 million deaths. As an American who risked his life for his nation, Bretney believed that he has the constitutional right to have an opinion about religion. Of course, Muslim supremacists were immediately there to threaten his job and his safety by making him a target of devout jihadists. Fortunately, Bretney's already faced Islamic terrorists during his deployment in the Middle East, and he had the perfect response when the terror-tied Council on American Islamic Relations brought down their Sharia justice. According to ABC News, Bretney is undeterred by CAIR's threats and demands for an apology, boldly replying, "I'm not backing down." The 9th grade teacher has become a target of Muslims for nothing more than insulting their religion, which is a constitutional right in America but punishable by death under Islamic law. Although you'll never hear of such a condemnation of Muslim terrorists, Muslims were quick to decry Bretney for comments in which he merely stated comments like "I hate Islam" and "Islam is bad." Incredibly, the veteran says that he's ready to fight CAIR for his freedom of speech. The comments came from a conversation that Bretney had with a Muslim attorney and are actually quite mild. Of course, the liberal mainstream media outlets only published Bretney's comments and refused to report the attorney's statements, further proving why their viewers are accusing them of fake news and bias. "You don't know what you are talking about," Bretney responded to the Muslim attorney. "Your insensitivity to human suffering saddens me. Islam did this," he said, referring to a photo of mutilated children. "Embrace Islam and you embrace death." Ruth Nasrullah, the CAIR Houston communications coordinator, condemned Bretney for his opinion, Fox News reports. "It's not part of this country to look at people from a certain racial or religious background and just make these assumptions that they're bad people and to express that message again for students to hear that. It's unconscionable," she said. Nasrullah hypocritically speaks for the rest of America while her own Quran expresses religious and racial hatred against non-Muslims, Jews, and blacks. In fact, her prophet Muhammad owned dozens of black slaves and murdered hundreds of unbelievers while preaching that any Muslim who even befriends a non-Muslim will join them in hell. Still, nothing is said about these bigoted scriptures as Muslim supremacists continue to lecture us on tolerance. Sadly, Bretney has been forced to defend himself and risks losing his job and maybe even a lawsuit as American Muslims try to enforce blasphemy laws in the U.S. "I respect my students. I love my students. My students are the reason I am in that classroom, but this is not about that. This is about one man expressing his opinion," said Bretney. Bretney's refusal to back down is even more important than he knows. He is not only teaching his students to stand up for what's right, namely their constitutional rights, but to not give in to intimidation. "Bretney risked his life for us, it's time to repay him." Contact Sterling Aviation High School on Twitter or their website and let them know that you support Bretney and his freedom of expression. Remind them that the U.S. does not operate under Sharia law, which invokes the death penalty for blasphemy. In addition, inform them that CAIR is a designated terrorist group with proven ties to the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas and that they do not belong anywhere near a school. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.